Hi, everybody. My name is Kristen. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and what that is just another therapeutic modality that works with behavior on a subconscious level. I practice out of Los Angeles. Right now, I specialize in success and fulfillment, artist empowerment, and past life regression. Today, however, I'm going to focus on success and fulfillment and understanding the difference, and we're going to be talking about it more on an emotional level. So when it comes to success, yes, we can look at the materialism side of it, but the core idea of this discussion is going to be our emotions surrounding success. I'll give it a couple minutes because I know it just turned 7 o'clock. I am new at this, so I really don't know who exactly is here. I know Andrea's here, but yeah, I'll just give it a couple minutes. As far as success goes, I know we all have this ideology of what it looks like. You know, the fame, the money, the follows, the likes, and that can be really validating and feel really good. But what happens when you do get to that point and it's not exactly what you thought it would be? It may feel a little bit more lonely. You may not feel understood. You may be feeling sad and even ashamed sometimes. But what it stems from is a lot of our subconscious beliefs that we have surrounding not only how we view success, but how we were raised and brought up to see that success. And again, I'll give it a couple more minutes. Thanks for tuning in. As I'm based in Los Angeles, and I had my fair share of working in the entertainment industry and the outskirts of it, noticing and knowing the difference between someone who is feeling fulfilled doing what they love and allowing success to be the byproduct of that versus feeling, I don't want to say imprisoned, but may not be feeling as happy and fulfilled in what they're doing. However, they are getting all the fame, the fortune, the likes, the follows, and everything like that, but it doesn't align, or it may not align exactly with who they are and what they want for themselves. As with everything in life, it is all an experience. Imagining being successful and actually being in it can be two different worlds. We can imagine what that would feel like to us, to be in that place feeling happy, excited, confident. But what often happens is there's a part of ourselves that lives within us that can come to the surface, and we realize that lifestyle may not be what it's all cracked up to be. And that's really what I'll be discussing here today. So I'll go ahead and begin. So I'm going to be defining success. So typically how we see success, you may see it as the fame, the fortune, the money, the influence, the likes, the follows, the financial freedom. Or is it feeling confident, safe, and happy, doing what you're passionate about, surrounding with those you love and trust? And when I talk about success today, it will be more so how we look at our finances along with that, because it's typically tied in, since how we make our money, how we spend our money, how we view our money is often based on how we perceive ourselves in a way, right? So we grow up having a vision of what we want success to be, but what success actually is within our surroundings. So typically what happens is we think when we reach these things, then we can have this feeling of confident, feeling safe and happy, and being able to do what you want anytime you want. And we think it's the same thing, but oftentimes it's further from the truth. And I'm not saying success and fame and fortune is a bad thing. Do what you gotta do. I know it's part of life right now. I am not one to judge a hustle. Oop. But how one determines success really is driven a lot on a subconscious level. Our subconscious mind makes up about 88% of our mind as a whole. And then we have our 12%, which is our logic, our reasoning, our understanding. We try to put things together more systematic. But around the ages between 0 to 9 years old, we take in everything as truth. Everything we see, everything we're being told, that becomes true to us, and that helps program, you could say, our reality. How are we going to respond to the world around us as we grow up? And unless we have a different experience to offset a subconscious belief, those subconscious belief systems that are instilled in us are with us for a very long time. So again, what happens when you reach this fame, financial freedom, followers, and admiration, and it really isn't what you thought it would be? The feels be off. Because in a logical sense, you think, wow, this should really make me happy. I have everything, everything I could ever dreamed of. But I'm still not feeling fulfilled. I'm still not happy. And that even in and of itself can bring on that shame and that guilt, where we're almost taught in a way that this is what should be good, right? This is what should make you happy. And it doesn't. That can bring up feelings of feeling ungrateful, not deserving, unworthy of having what you have. But what really is happening here is each person has an emotional association tied to success. Someone in a different tax bracket will look at success differently than someone in another tax bracket, you could say. And the emotional meaning we give to success, again, varies from person to person. You grow up, someone, telling you your dreams are hard, they're difficult, you're never going to make it. That can stick with you for a long time, making it even more difficult to go after what you want. And it's no fault of anyone else. It just is. Because we're all operating from what we know as our own truth to be. And success can be seen as good and exciting on a conscious level, but may be bad and perceived as negative on a subconscious level. And what I mean by that is, again, going back, you're never going to make it. It's super hard to do what you do. That means doing what you want to do could be perceived as negative. It's hard, it's difficult. So subconsciously, your mind knows going after what you want is going to be very, very difficult. But not only that, if you go after it, those feelings of not pursuing what it is you may be told to be pursuing, that are told and raised like, this is what success is, this is what it looks like, and you continue down that path. But when you break away, those old emotions carried from that previous mindset are still going to carry with you. And that could really affect how you manage and perceive your own success that you achieve. And so basically, we really get played by ourselves. Talking about another example, a younger you, someone around you maybe say you work really hard for money. Money does not come easy to you. If you don't work hard for money, you are lazy. You won't get anywhere. Now, these really can stick with you, right? And can really drive how you create that success for yourself. And can be really the driving factor of how you're going to make that success. Unless you change something. So let's say you're older, wiser you made a ton of money on this new program. It was really fun to do. It was super easy. And logically, and in the moment, it feels really good. This is great. This is what I want to do with my life. This is awesome. I'm going to ball out, because you're doing what you love and you're getting paid for it. And it was easy. It wasn't hard to do. And it feels really, really good to do. But then your subconscious be like, psych. Because in order to fill your subconscious belief of money is hard to make, you must work hard for money, which may not be necessarily doing what you love. So that means doing what you love and money coming easily doesn't align with what your subconscious thinks. And it can bring up the emotions of the consequences that we may have been taught. What did that feel like when someone was told, hey, if you don't do this, you'll be considered lazy? And what I do, especially with my clients, is focus on those emotional feelings around those consequences. How did we identify with success and with money growing up? So it really is the emotional outcome that is coming up. Not just that alone. This is more so general on money, because there could be other different factors as well playing a part of it, our childhood, growing up, everything, many other things. But as far as how we view finances, and as our finances are tied into success, it really is, if I do this, I get that growing up, right? But if I don't do this, I'm this, or this will happen. And what I do in my work is work through the emotional response of this will happen, or this is what I'll be, to help break through those barriers and those subconscious blocks, to help one really be okay receiving and accepting the success they have or they want. Because even though everyone across the spectrum comes from different backgrounds, different, financial stability and things like that, we're all human at the end of the day. We all have emotions. Someone who's a millionaire and loses a house, and someone, who's may not have very much loses a house. The feeling of losing a house is the same. Someone doing a nice thing for someone who may not have much, someone doing a nice thing for someone who may have a lot, may still bring up the same emotions. We're all human after all. So really, how does success become fulfilling? It really is doing what you love. But doing what you love and understanding why things may not be working out on an emotional level. What are those blocks holding you back from really going after what you love? Is it because you don't feel like you have that permission to do it? Does it feel like once you reach success, you won't be able to accept it? The fear of success, the fear of failure, those are very, very real fears. Every single person's emotions are completely valid. Our emotions are built up from our past experiences and our belief systems. We each have our own world we're living in based on that. And we all respond to the world based on that. So going after what you want and receiving that abundance and that success and that wealth and everything on paper that seems amazing. And yet it's really hard to accept. And you can feel very alone, especially if you're transitioning from different financial backgrounds, or different backgrounds in general. It doesn't need to be financial. Because the people who you knew who had that mindset that you grew up with, and you have this, and you're now in a new circumstance, the expectations of a group of people are now being projected on your new circumstances based on the old beliefs that we may have had. So, story time. This is where I'm going to get a little bit vulnerable. So, the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because a couple years ago, I went through something very scary, very fascinating. I decided to quit my job only to trust my intuition. It was just something inside me was like, okay, just do it no matter what. Everything's going to be fine. Things were not fine. They were not for a while. But it took a moment where I saw my finances get in a very, very scary place. And I had no idea when that I'll be okay will happen. So it was in that moment when I saw my bank account go negative. I didn't know when I would be receiving any type of financial things. That it made me take a step back and really made me sit and think, money doesn't decide my life. It doesn't decide who I am. It doesn't decide what I'm capable of. It only decides my emotions I have around money. And it was in that moment that I was able to face, took months to do it, was to really work through the financial emotions that we have around money, really facing the scary feelings, the what ifs, the, what's going to happen. And deep down at my core, I knew I was going to be okay. And I always was. But facing those unknowns, solely trusting yourself, solely trusting in what you feel is right, despite what any of that may look like on paper, is a very powerful thing. When you're able to take more control in who you are and not letting things outside of you decide what that is, the more powerful you become. And the more you're able to experience life in a fulfilling way because you're doing it as you. You're not doing it trapped as somebody else. So yeah, that's my story time. Went a little deep there. But yeah, this is something I'm very passionate about. Helping people overcome those breaks, those blocks in becoming who they fully are, who they want to be. Especially if you have this vision of who you want to be, but you don't, or you have this like success, or if you're reaching for that success and you want to do it in a way that is fulfilling, taking steps that are meaningful to you, that are going to make your life richer with every step by removing those old blocks and becoming more accepting of who you are, more accepting of what you want, and breaking away from all those beliefs that you think you need to be. Because if you're not it, you're not it, and life is going to become more difficult the more you try to fight who you are. And life is short. And we all here have a purpose and why we're here. But it's just up to us to find it. Okay. All right. So each and every stream, I'm going to be doing a little hypnosis journey to really help relax and help you feel more at ease with who you are. Helping you free yourself today is what our journey will be about. We'll go down some stairs, go through a doorway, and really help release any feelings, any emotions that may be holding you back, to really get back to who you are and who you're meant to be, to feel more fulfilled no matter where you are at in life. Okay. All right. So this journey is for entertainment purposes only, and listeners' viewer discretion is advised. So you can find a nice, comfy, cozy spot and just take a minute. I know I talked a lot and probably talked fast. You can just take a deep breath. Don't know if this is more for me or you. And just taking those nice, deep, relaxing breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, just releasing any tension from the day. Breathing in and out. And with every breath you take, you can begin to feel your mind and notice your body just sinking a little deeper into your chair or headrest behind you. And you may have thoughts floating through your mind, and that's okay. Completely normal and natural. You'll still be hearing my voice, even if you're not paying attention to it. And just allowing yourself to feel relaxed and noticing a calming feeling beginning at the top of your head. As this beautiful, soothing sensation makes its way, drifting down your cheeks and jaw, feeling your muscles unwind in your neck and back. As you may sense, imagine, or get an idea of a tingly feeling beginning to move down your back, through your arms and elbows, down through the tips of your fingers. And for any gamers out there, noticing a soothing, comforting feeling in your wrists and hands. Feeling a sense of ease. Giving yourself permission to feel relaxed. And if you like to be more in control of this journey, just repeat after me. I'm feeling nice and calm. You can repeat after me in your head. I'm feeling nice and relaxed. I am feeling at ease. Noticing that calming, soothing sensation as you allow it to pass down your legs. Through your knees. And down through the soles of your feet. And if you haven't already, you can just go ahead and close your eyes. As you may notice your body sinking deeper and deeper now. Getting heavier and heavier as you lay or sit comfortably in a chair or resting on a couch. Now I want you to visualize, imagine, get a sense now, with your eyes closed, yourself standing on top of a beautiful marble staircase. And at the bottom of that staircase, you see the you you've always dreamt of being. Noticing what you look like down there. Noticing what it would feel like to be that person. Finding the benefits of being that person. And just looking down at them and them looking back at you. And the only distance between you and that person is this staircase. And with every step you take down this staircase, you're going to feel a little lighter. And you're going to release an emotion that you may have been holding you back. And any resistance on a step is just letting you know that there may be a block. But you've taken many, many steps before, and you always know how to take the next one. And although you may feel resistance taking a step, you know you're resilient enough to take another. Because you know who you are deep down, you know what you deserve, and you know what you're worthy of. And now it's just taking these steps to know it's possible for you. I'm going to take 10 gentle steps down this staircase. And with every step, once again, you're going to allow yourself to release an emotion or block that no longer serves you from being that person below, from accepting being that person below, from giving yourself permission to be that person below. Getting at 10, 9, visualizing and imagining, getting a sense of or conceptualizing. Taking another step at 8, releasing and letting go an emotional block that may be keeping you from being that person down the stairs who knows you very well. 7, another step. You may feel some resistance on this one, but you know you're resilient, and you know what you're worthy of. You know what you deserve, and you know it's okay to accept it. Letting go of any blocks right now that may be holding you back from feeling worthy. Taking another step at 6, feeling more confident and resilient than ever. 5, lighter now. Letting go. 4, 3, noticing the person below again, looking back at you, star-eyed. Knowing this is who you are, and they're just waiting for you to get there. 2, 1, and 0. Deep sleep now. Each and every time deep sleep is suggested for hypnosis, and with your permission, you allow yourself to get to this depth of relaxation and ease, or deeper. And now as you meet yourself, the one who feels so fulfilled in doing what they love, feeling the benefits of the success they receive because of it, knowing they are where they are today because of who they are. And they have a lot to tell you. Behind them, you notice a mirror. And they take you to that mirror, and they just want to show you. They want you to look at yourself and say, this is who you are. This is me. And notice I'm giving you that encouragement to keep going and to not give up on your dreams and doing what you love. As you know, all is possible for you. And you can feel and sense their encouraging words and wisdom to help you get there. To help you feel good and excited for what's to come. And know it's okay to accept the success and fulfillment they're showing you. It's okay to give yourself permission to receive that abundance. And knowing it's safe to follow your passion. And your purpose. And know this person is with you every step of the way and will help take you there. And just taking a moment with them, looking at this ideal you. Letting them hug you, giving yourself permission to receive that validation and love from this part of yourself. Good. And you can take a deep breath in now, feeling confident and empowered and resilient to take on the future, going towards what you love and what you're passionate about, knowing you're guided every step of the way. And release and exhale any other limiting beliefs or feelings that may no longer be serving you on your journey. I'm going to lock that in now. I'm now going to count up from 0 to 5. And when you wake up, you'll be feeling refreshed, invigorated, and excited for the future. Knowing everything you need is within you to get there. And you're guided every step of the way. 0, locking this in once more, waking up feeling refreshed. 1, 2, waking up now. 3, 4, more alert now. 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me today. Catch me next week for another stream on another topic, and we'll do another journey as well. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.